Right, now we've done the explanations, we get into the prevalence rates. So 3 lessons here. We're looking at girls in stress, boys in stress, and academic stress. But I'll hasten to remind you that actually we've already covered prevalence, if you like, with the social cultural explanations. We can look at why chronic stress and stress-related problems are more prevalent in people of lower status, lower subjective social status, lower socioeconomic status. So I wanted to include a second option here, and also pretty relevant and I think interesting options with looking at gender. And the academic stress is really mainly for interest purposes because there are studies actually on IB students. So girls in stress, we're looking at why girls are more stressed than boys. I've re-changed the wording here to make it a bit more simple than how and why is chronic stress more prevalent in females. The phrasing here is just to get students used to the word prevalent and to try to use it in their responses. Anyway, so we'll review, and then this is a really good talk about getting stuck in the negatives. It's just more applications of stress research and how to change your mindset, and there are some focus questions here in the workbook as well. Yeah. Okay. All right, some chalk and talk, just going over the answers from the focus questions, and we can watch a video about teenage anxiety and depression. I think now's a really good time to introduce the idea that there's a big spike since 2010 in teen rates of depression and anxiety, explaining what prevalence rates mean and some statistics on prevalence rates as well. And again, here we have the graph. Okay, so we can have a think, pair, share, why they think girls are more stressed. Now, we've already looked at one study that shows girls are more stressed than boys, gives students a chance to see if they can find it. The answer is Steen et al.'s study. Now, if you'd like, you can do a study here that compares gender difference in stress. You could do the perceived stress scale, compare the responses, you compare the online tests, you could look at heart rate or blood pressure, just a bit of fun, really. Okay, and then here's the studies from Steen et al. And Osberg et al. As well. Now I'm going to update this slide here. So read your card and some notes. There's actually not, it's one of the bold bullets. So the bullet points on page, there are 3 explanations why girls might have more stress than boys. Another 3 bullet points here. So basically, groups of 3, students choose one each, they read it, understand it. Without reading from the book, they explain it to each other, and then they can try to share the information and then try to write the notes in their workbooks, right? So they can give 3 reasons why chronic stress is more prevalent in girls. And so, yeah, there's 3 logical explanations in the book here. And again, watch, read, listen, lecture. You've got the slides here, you've got the video, you've got the audio book. Students have the textbook if they want to read and finish off the notes in their workbook. Okay. And you can finish with a 1 sentence exit ticket if you'd like. I like actually using, like note cards, flashcards to give to students, and then I collect them in when they leave. So it's almost actually like a ticket, but that's just me. All right, next we look at boys and stress. So in this lesson really was about how and why girls have high levels of stress, and that's a very common finding in the literature, but actually there's an interesting finding about boys and stress, which is in the next lesson.